Hey guys, today we are going to talk about the Pac-12 basketball tournament kicking off in Sin City, Las Vegas. Always a really fun tournament just because something wacky seemed to happen every single year. Maybe an Arizona going down, a UCLA making a run, Colorado in the inaugural year of the Pac-12 winning 4 games in 4 days in Los Angeles actually to take home that conference championship. The Pac-12 seemed at times this year to really struggle with consistency, even from their top teams like Utah, a team that has really fallen off as of late. A lot of people have them trending down into March, but I want to talk about the top 4 seeds and what they need to win this tournament in regards to player personnel. Who needs to show up big? So let's start with Arizona. Of course, the Arizona Wildcats have tons going on for them right now. TJ McConnell, who was my personal Pac-12 Player of the Year, Stanley Johnson, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, all first-team Pac-12 guys. But the big key for Arizona right now has been the play of late of center Caleb Tarzewski. Now, Caleb has always been an athletic freak, a physical talent, unmatched in my opinion for much of the time he's been in the Pac-12. However, he struggled with consistency. He struggled with finding his offense. Defensively, he's always been reliable in my opinion. But this year, his rebounding numbers were down for much of the year. His scoring was down. It just didn't seem like he was very engaged in this Arizona Wildcats season. However, as I said, as of late, he's been spectacular. And if he continues his good play, I don't see any team in the Pac-12 at even close to Arizona. I don't see anybody competing with them in this tournament to the point where they might beat them. I do have Arizona winning this conference championship title. However, if they do, I think a lot of it is going to depend on Caleb Tarzewski and how he plays for the Wildcats. Now, going down one seed line, number 2, Oregon. They have the Pac-12 Player of the Year and the official Pac-12 Coach of the Year in Dana Altman. Now, the Player of the Year, of course, is Joseph Young, the first transfer in the Pac-12 to win Player of the Year in more than 20 years. Joseph Young is a dynamic scorer. He can get to the rack. He finishes at the free throw line, and of course, from deep, he's absolutely dynamic as well. So, what do they need from Joseph? What do they need from him to win this conference tournament? They're going to need him to go off. Now, this team has a supporting cast. It's not like he's a one-man show, but he is the most dynamic player in the conference offensively. Can he bring this team to new heights? They have not matched up well with Arizona this year. They did match up well with Utah late in the season in a win that they had in Eugene. So I do believe that they can beat the Utes. The question to me is, can they beat the Wildcats? If they're going to beat them, they need Young to be absolutely lights out. They're probably going to be putting TJ McConnell on Joseph Young defensively just because McConnell is that absolutely dynamic defender going against a dynamic offensive player. Me personally, I go Rondae Hollis-Jefferson. He's so versatile defensively, and you need that when going up against a player as talented as Joseph Young. Moving down to the 3 seed, of course, is Utah, a team that I picked to win the conference at one point, a team that many thought would be the number 2 seed coming into the Pac-12 tournament. What they need is Jordan Loveridge to stand up. Where's the real Jordan Loveridge? A guy who's been a killer in this conference for 2 years prior because he could knock down the 3, he could post you up, and he was dynamic on the offensive boards. That hasn't showed up this year. They need him to get his head right. They need him to return to the stellar play that he has exhibited in the past. If he doesn't, Utah just doesn't have enough guys. They just don't have the bucket getters that you need against Arizona to pull off a win. It's not going to be a neutral court in Las Vegas. Now, I know Utah travels well, but Arizona travels better. That place is going to be a sea of red and blue. Can you get it done? Can Jordan Loveridge step up for Larry Krystkowiak and help out Dalen Ryan and Brandon Taylor on the perimeter with knocking down a few jumpers, help Jacob Poeltl inside with some scoring as well? If he does, Utah's got a chance to win this conference tournament. Now, finally, a team that has been much maligned on GetMoreSports.com, and every time we talk about them, we mention it. But UCLA has the talent to make a run here. They really do. But the key for them is Bryce Alford. Can he play under control? Can he knock down the shots when he gets them within the offense? Can he create for teammates at a higher level? Can he get guys like Norman Powell involved in the right way? Can he get the freshmen involved in an emotional way in terms of getting them a little bit of run, giving them some momentum? When they're hot, feed them the ball. That's what he has to do. Bryce Alford has to be a point guard. And too many times this year he's tried to be a scoring guard. Some of that is coaching. Some of that is individual basketball IQ and him trusting his talents a little bit too much. He's got a lot going for him. But you got to make the right plays. You got to be a point guard, and you've got to set up your teammates because you've got an incredibly talented bunch around you. If you do that, if UCLA knocks down some outside shots to keep teams honest while also playing good defense, they've got a chance to make a run. But I do believe it starts with Bryce Alford at the point guard.